Namaskaram, the light within me, honest the light within you, and welcome to the Maharashi Effect, where every morning I go live to do a meditation to create outward change by creating inward expansion to the individuals who want to find inward expansion, or, well, I think for most people, finding an expansion, this isn't really the place to come. They might opt for many plethora of different venues of shadow work or work on self. This isn't for, I think when I think about the exact purpose of what I'm doing this for to the individual, it's not really for inward expansion. This might be a bit too loud. It's not really for inward expansion. It's about sinking in expansion, that expansive part of source within self, to the people who know how to go there. This is about just aligning yourself enough where you sit in that vibrationally narrow tube of frequency to get or perceive all limits, all possible scenarios of possibility, and then choose the path of the life or society that we want to see, and sit in that frequency so that we become the beacons to create the outward change vibrationally. I think that's the main cause of this, the entire Maharashi effect, with everybody and doing the meditations together. So clearly it can't be about internal expansion individually. I think if the main goal of the individual is just inner expansion, shadow work and trauma therapy does wonders in that field. EFT tapping, Rig Veda, there's all these different processes that help you tap into certain emotions, to expand on it and let go of past trauma. That's the fastest way, in my opinion, to get access to source within, to find that point in which you could see all realm of possibilities within self. But quite put simply, all we do in here is just sit in, get into our center, our core, which is love within self. And then once you open up to all realm of possibilities, you're sifting through it, you're finding the one that you want to see in the world, and you're just sitting in that frequency, and you become a little antenna, and one person alone will become a frequency, will become a little broadcast to other people in that frequency, or people open to that frequency. And then another one comes in, and you have 2 people, and then 3 people, and 4 people. And the more people you have, is the more this antenna pushes out its broadcast range. And the math is the square root of 1% of the entire population it'll affect. So 200 people, and we could I think that's close to like 4 million people with just 200 people, which is quite insane. Is that math correct, or is it like 1 million? Maybe I'll have to revisit it, but it's on my blog. That being said, let's get straight into the meditation. Also, you might have questions now about like how do we find center, or to be in center of ourselves. That's a great question, and I think I could guide you there, but I think I could only guide you there after you found a few things. One is self-love, as in, when you love, like the same love that you have for somebody who you deeply love, when you're able to mirror that back but direct it to yourself. And then 2, letting go of past trauma that you're holding on to your body and psyche. And when you work through those things and let it go, I do chakra trauma therapy, by the way, to anybody who might need it, where I guide you to the memory of your trauma, and then I help you shift the perspective of the first time you ever felt that emotion linked to that trauma. Not through the trauma, but through the emotion, because it's all feeling, right? And then once you have that shift, you become a different person instantaneously, because you no longer associate that emotion with that trauma response, and instead you're able now to respond different than just react. This helps because once you get over something, it's no longer a loop in your mind, and when you meditate, you're able to just zen out, because this thought won't be repeating itself in your mind. Again, that being said, let's get back into the meditation. If you need a guide to this, the best way possible is just right here. Just concentrate on the in, the outs of your breathing. You could box breathe, any type of breathing that you want to just be stable in it, and keep your focus on one thing. And any thoughts that come into detail, you just gently push it to the side. And if you want to keep your focus on your breath, the in and the out, if you want to keep your focus on the sense of your eyebrows, anywhere on your body, just learning to keep your focus on one thing, and one thing alone for a decent while. Okay. I think that's like training wheels. Let's get into it.